and we're locked in.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
I don't. No, that's not true, actually. I have experienced love at first sight.
I just feel like the table needs to be close. Do you feel like it needs to be further?
This is fine.
Okay.
This is fine. Hopefully everything's in focus. Hi everyone, my name is Yolotzin Martinez, series creator of High Stakes, and today I'm here with my closest friend and my greatest creative ally and writer, editor, basically doing it all.
We're doing it all together.
We're doing it all together. We're tired. Please give us some money.
Please.
Nix Zimlaw.
Woo! Woohoo! Woo!
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nix Zimlaw. Like you just said, I do all of those things for High Stakes. And we graduated from Cal State Long Beach together, and
we did.
Now we're just stuck together.
I guess.
Yeah.
I fucking guess. They make a senior film, and then we were like,
well, we'll keep going.
I guess. But now we're working on High Stakes, and now we're gonna do, to get a break, because I don't know about you, but first episode was rough.
Yeah, that was a lot. But we did it.
We did it.
It's happening. And you can see it very soon. It's in the final stages of post-production.
Woo! You'll see it when you see it. You'll see it when you see it. How about that?
But you will see it because you're going to watch.
You're going to watch. If you don't watch, you hate gay people, you hate Latinos, you just hate women, you hate all of the above. And you don't want
You're
that.
every-phobic.
You're every-phobic. And you don't want to be that. Be woke. But we're going to do the spicy noodle challenge and ask each other questions because I have questions. I don't know about you.
Yeah, we're going to ask some questions. I wrote some questions down, and just to make it more interesting for everyone watching, we're going to torture ourselves while we do it. So
it's not like we already did that already.
No, yeah. Blood, sweat, and tears for you.
Literally. And other bodily fluids. I guess I'll start. I'll start with like a softball question.
Okay, wait, let's put the spices in there.
Right.
So this is the packet for the sauce.
Why is it like pitch black? For you viewers out there, I recently went to the hospital for stomach issues, so this is gonna be fun. It doesn't smell bad. Famous last words.
Yeah.
Famous.
No, so the reason that we chose this is because I bought these at the store and I was like, oh, I love ramen and I like spicy food. Like, this looks good. And then I went home to eat it and I genuinely could not finish the bowl of it. Like, the more I ate, the more in pain I became. I felt like such a pussy, honestly.
And then they said, we should do that on camera.
Because that would be interesting content.
We need content.
People love
watching people get hurt.
Yeah.
Why? It doesn't smell bad and I'm concerned. I don't think I've ever had this brand specifically, I'm gonna be honest.
No, I hadn't even seen it before. It was in like a random aisle, like on like one of those little displays. And I was like,
see, okay. I've seen this stuff on TikTok. Like, I see bitches be like eating this all the time, but I've never eaten it for myself. I also don't really like instant noodles. I feel like it just like is a pit in my stomach once I'm done with them. You're a freak. You're a freak. Okay, for my first question to you, softball, very, very pussy question.
Start off easy.
Starting off easy. Favorite moment on set?
Just taking a second to genuinely think about it, because I blacked out a lot of it.
I concur. Well, yes.
I really liked the filming at the Blood Fang Road location, and working with Myra, and like a lot of what we filmed that day, like we were literally filming down to the last second, but I was like, no, we need this shot or nothing else is gonna make sense. They're like cleaning up and packing up, and I'm like running around with Yasmin and Elizabeth, like, no, we just need this shot. And like, I don't know, like that day I felt like it went well overall. Like there's a lot of potential for things to go wrong. And like that's been the whole production, honestly. But I feel like that day was really good. What moment did I really like though is like hard. There has to
be something.
Or like I don't know, it's hard because I like think about the shots that I like and I'm like, I think back to filming them and I'm like, that wasn't fun.
Hey, we can be honest here.
I love doing it, I love being there, but it was like, no, that was actually stressful to do.
So stressful. Vomiting inducing.
Yeah. But let's see, what were all the days? There was the first day here.
Yes, where we shot in this apartment.
Yes, this is the set of High Stakes.
We are on the set of High Stakes.
I think out of that day, I really liked Pierre. Like the shots of we got Pierre falling to the floor and crying like a baby. There's not a ton of it in the episode because we didn't need to watch that for like 5 minutes, but filming it was quite funny to watch Hayden writhe around like that.
Yeah, also I was like, okay, let's take a bite.
Let's take a bite. I know, I've been avoiding it.
I hate you. This is awful.
It literally like doesn't even have much flavor. It's like just pain. Like for everyone wondering, this is the habanero lime buldak ramen. So yeah, my whole throat is burning now.
I can't feel my mouth. It was just so interesting. I was getting so frustrated with him because he kept like changing every shot. He's a really good improviser, don't get me wrong.
But like we need a little consistency for the sake of like going between shots, but
it was good. It was so fun.
We did use some of the improv stuff. Like there was moments where it was too good to pass up on. So
I'm barely sad that we didn't, in the interrogation scene, we didn't end up using his line because it didn't make any sense.
Oh yeah.
It didn't make.
No, he said a line where he was like.
He added this line, by the way.
Yeah, he out of nowhere, like no warning, said to Tonyo, he was like, "Relax, Tosan." And everyone in the room was like, who the fuck is Tosan?
Who the fuck is this?
And he was like, I don't know, it's something my dad used to say to me. And I'm like, well, your dad's on crack because that's not.
He kept also trying to argue with us that it was a thing. And we were like, it is not a thing. What are you on about?
Other people in the room thought he said Tarzan, which would make some level of sense.
That's what I thought originally, and I was like, we can use that. And then he was like, no, it's Tosan. And I was like,
what the fuck is Tosan? I'm asking you right now because you couldn't answer on set. What the fuck is a Tosan?
What the fuck is Tosan?
I did Google it and I could not find anything. So I was like, it's just not real. Unless I'm spelling Tosan horribly wrong, but like.
I could not tell you. But I think, yeah, that was good. Also, I'm trying to think. It's gonna make it sound like I fucking hate this project, but I genuinely blacked out. Like I literally woke up one day and we wrapped.
There's just so much, like long. It was just long days. So there's the first day, and I really liked the taquitos on the first day.
Oh,
lunch was really good.
Those were so good.
And then the second day was an absolute mess. The second shooting day, right? Oh no, well technically the second day we ended up doing
pickups. Yeah.
Yeah, which was fine. I don't feel like there was a ton to. It was a small day, and then the third day is when everything went wrong, and we like tried to film scene 1, but then.
Oh, correct.
But then it didn't. They shut the lights off on us at the mall
because they hate us.
And we ended up just filming the car scene, which I did love getting. I was doing boom that day, and it was fun to boom that scene in the car. But I really liked the shot we got of her looking in the mirror. And as far as the shots that I like go, I feel like that was the least stressful to get. So that was fun. The fourth day was the Bloodfang Road location, right? And like I said, I did really enjoy that day overall. I think out of all of them. No, you had a really bad day, but I think that was, sorry, I hit the mic. I think that was one of my favorite days of filming.
That is the day I least remember. The last thing I remember was coming back on set because My mom accidentally misplaced Kat's pants, thinking.
And then you had to go back.
And then after that, don't remember anything. Yeah, that was crazy.
There was moments where you were like trying to direct through a window and like couldn't see anything that was going on. Like there was crazy moments, but I like that scene. Mm-hmm. I loved working with Myra. Like genuinely getting to have her on set made me like the day more, I think. And
she was great. She was a really good help.
Mm-hmm. And then the next day was at my parents' house.
Also went wrong.
This spicy.
No, I'm talking about the day, but yes.
Oh, well, no, I was like, your reaction right now. Yeah, it's definitely wrong that day. That day I was
trying to climb a roof?
Yeah, no. My dad was like, please don't climb my roof. But that day I feel like I was one of my most stressed out, and I did end up like stepping away from set for a second, but I mean, I'm the producer. I can step away from set for a second if I want to. And then we did a day after that, right?
We did it on my job.
Right, and then we filmed scene 1, and then we actually filmed scene 1, which I did enjoy that day as well, particularly because you were on camera and I got to do some directing, and I just love directing and working with actors. Like, that's really my forte. So getting to step into that role for a hot second was fun. I know, I know you need water. But I think
at your parents' house, that's like the most chill I had been the entire.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we had very opposite days. Like whenever you were freaking out, like I stepped in, and whenever I was freaking out, it was like you take the lead. Like at least we had that. Like it wasn't like, oh fuck, I'm so stressed out, and like no one was there to like take over.
No,
or do
that was I think our really good dynamic there.
Yeah.
That day I was like, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
Cause like, oh my god, those stupid fucking things.
The fucking teeth, man.
I think it was that day specifically. It was like the worst, right? Mm-hmm. Cause honestly, I'm gonna be real.
Because it was just Hayden, and Hayden is so bad at it. No offense, Hayden, but what the fuck is wrong with your teeth?
Like, no, because I was thinking about it. I was like, with Kat, we got 2-3 takes in. Mm-hmm. Stop, put them back in, and we can continue. With Hayden, we just couldn't.
And like we could use those denture strips with Kat, and like when Hayden was doing it, he's like, it's just a piece of paper. I don't get how it's supposed to hold it in there. And I honestly agreed, because I was like right there next to him, putting my hands in his mouth, trying to get this man to have vampire fangs. And I was like, yeah, I don't get it either, because nothing sticks on your fucking teeth. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, because like anytime the teeth, I literally would walk in and I was like, check it in. And you guys would just look at me and I'd be like, okay. Thanks for that.
How's the teeth going? They're not.
And I was
they just aren't.
And I was like, and I would just turn around and leave, because I'm like, I'm not gonna add to this stress right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we ended up getting the interrogation scene in the, what is it, the third scene technically?
Yeah. But we originally had the third and second scene swapped. So when we were filming it, we thought it was the
second, but
it turned out to be the third.
But we got that done. Also, I lied. My favorite moment of was Anthony calling soft sticks and him.
That was a great moment. That was actually fabulous. Anthony,
shout out to him,
who does a lot of post-production work, so graciously
came on set
to help us out that day, because we really needed crew. And he was doing the clapboard for us, or the slate, and we asked him like, oh, you're really close to Savannah's face, can you please do soft sticks?
First off, he didn't even say soft stick. Said soft dick.
Is that what he said? I didn't even notice that. But he goes, soft take? And like slaps the clapboard, which if you don't know, you're supposed to just do like a little click, because you're in the actor's face and you don't want to startle them. And he slapped the shit out of it. And everyone was like, that is not soft. And he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. But
and then for the rest of the takes, every time he got close to her face, Savannah
she was plugging her ears, and I'm like, this poor girl, like. And I literally went over her shoulder, and I'm like, all you need is a little. That's all you need. It's really, we'll be able to sync it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I literally make fun of him now for that every time I see him. So there's that.
His new nickname is Soft Sticks.
Yeah, that was my...
Okay, well, now we'll go a little deep.
Oh.
Was there anything about this production that you feel has changed you as a person? And if so, what is it?
God damn it, you stole my question. It's okay. It's okay.
Twinsies.
Bluetooth connected.
True, for real.
So much. I think the main part is like learning to let go. Learning to let go.
Big for me too.
Learning to let go because I'm very much like obsessed artist coded, and I'm like, not necessarily like I need to control everything, but I'm like everything needs to be perfect. And
So I need to control everything.
no, not even yes. Well, yes.
Because if it's not perfect, there's only me to blame, and it's not like if I have control of it and I fuck it up, like that's on me. But if someone else has control of it and they fuck it up, I'm pissed. Like
yeah, definitely that, and just like not like learning to take help and learning to delegate and learning to like you know, it's not that deep.
It's really not.
It's not that serious.
I feel like that day that I was like stressed out and stepped away from set, like changed for me that it's like I can't, like if I'm not in that directorial role, or even if I was in any other role and I needed a moment, like it's okay to step away. Like things are the ship will continue to sail, you know what I mean? Like not everything's not gonna grind to a halt because you needed a minute. And I also feel like as a producer, like that changed for me, that it's like I don't have to be like helicopter parenting the production. Like I can let y'all do your jobs and like step away for a second and go look at grants and shit, which is what I did. So yeah, I feel like for me as a person, I learned like I can step back and like let other people handle things. Yeah,
that, and also for me learning how to be vulnerable.
I do think they're like really opened up in a vulnerability way, like not just with me, but like over this course of the production, I feel like I don't know, that's blossomed a little bit.
Because I'm very much like, I don't know how to put this lightly, but I'm very much like, people need to perceive me in a certain way, and I can't be anything other than that.
Yeah.
But when you're leading something that's like so personal to so many people, you gotta like,
especially Kat, because she would die for this production,
I think she would, honestly. But I think it's hard for me to be vulnerable specifically, and I realize that like for this type of stuff you have to be okay.
Especially as like a director, like you really need to open up to your actors.
Yeah, because there were moments where I would be freaking out, and Felicity would, shout out to Felicity, she's my girl, but she would be like, hey, it's okay if they see you cry, and I'd be like, no, they need to see me locked in, they need to see me as a leader, they need to see me like everything's fine.
Sometimes they need to see you as a human.
Yeah, and that's what I came to learn, and looking through the footage, I was like, oh, when I became vulnerable here, the acting went better. Yo, that shit goes crazy. Because I'm very much like, I try to perceive myself as very silly, very goofy, and there were definitely moments where I wasn't.
Yeah.
There was definitely moments where I was not, and I'm not proud of those moments, but I was just like, but when I just learning how to be comfortable being vulnerable, because it is such an uncomfy thing. Yeah, I think that's how that changed me as a person.
Yeah,
I
think I learned to let go and step back more. Just like trust the process. Like I feel like those are all things that like I knew consciously, but like I had to put it into practice and like really do it, and I feel like doing it changed me a bit.
Yeah, because when you sent me the picture log, I was like, it was not that deep.
It really,
It was not that deep.
I did not need to lose sleep over this. Like,
no, genuinely. I was like, oh, so I literally just like, it wasn't that serious. Like, we have a product, it's solid. Could it be better? Yes, but
we're learning, we're growing, and like, we're only going to continue to learn and grow.
Yeah.
And I am proud of what we did. Like, and it's just so true when they say like the movie, or like in this case the web series, in pre-production is different from the production, and it's different from post-production. It just continues to evolve.
I don't know, for me, it's just like motivator to do episode 2.
Yes.
I'm like,
I'm very excited for 2.
Which, by the way, if you want to help us make that a reality, donate to the GoFundMe.
Please donate.
Please give us $5. That's all we're asking.
Yeah, girl, I'll take 10 cents if we can get a million people to give us 10 cents. So like
$2 even. But yeah,
I think creatively I've learned a lot about my strengths and weaknesses as a producer, because I have always been more of like a directorial role for a lot of stuff, and I also come from like acting, and like directing and working with acting is, I think, very separate from producing. Like they're not quite related, and
but a necessary evil, I think.
Yeah, totally. And I think like, yeah, I just learned about myself. Like I learned like what I'm good at, what are my weak points. Like I feel like I can understand stuff pretty well on like a legal level. I have a good idea of like how to get us out there, but like when it comes to like I've told you before, like I feel like you're stronger at contacting people and like reaching out to people, and like I can do that, but I think like it's just worked better with you, and like you have more connections in that way. Like it's made me realize like I need more connections, I need to branch out more. So yeah, I feel like that's what I learned.
Same here. I'm just like, I'm not an editor.
Yeah.
I cannot think editing, which I definitely should learn, because like if I do want to continue directing, I think that's a good skill set to have.
I think that as a director, it's just important to understand what you need for the edit. Like,
because
you have to put your editor thinking cap on, and it's like, how am I going to use this shot? Like,
because I only think shots. Like I can get you a pretty shot, but other than that, I don't know what I would do with it. This is awful.
No, I cannot stress to you guys, like, it's so spicy. Like, we are not bitches here. Like, it is fucking difficult. So I'm sorry if the whole thing just sounds like, but like, that's what you get. That's what you get today. How do you feel like you've grown as a creative?
Definitely learning like the intimacy coordinating stuff. That's definitely, I think, the biggest takeaway I've gotten through this, because like genuinely
learned so much
stuff they don't teach you in film school.
It's so spicy. I just got like, there was like a clump of sauce on a noodle, and it was like, I might disintegrate right now.
I'm trying to think of what specifically I was surprised to learn regards to intimacy coordinating.
But all I can think is spicy.
How like choreographed it is, or how like technical.
Because that's like what you're consenting to, is like these specific choreographed movements, and like
because I was fuck, what was I doing? Because in my head I was like, I don't know how to basically in a nice way tell them, I'm like, okay, go kiss.
Yeah.
Because that's where I had conversations with you about it, because I'm like, it just feels wrong if I'm like, okay, go kiss.
Go smooch it. But no, yeah, I loved watching Myra work, and that like, for me, I think, because I had read and researched a lot about intimacy coordination for Torn Up, and originally for this set as well. And I had an idea of what, that it's choreographed, and like an idea of what Myra was going to be doing. But watching her actually worked, I realized like how casual it is, and how much she's just looking out for the actor. And like even on stuff that wasn't like, when she, like the little pin to the floor moment where she's like, we should do it this way for their comfortability. I was like, oh, like,
I was gagged.
Yes, it just made me like a light bulb of like, I need to consider the actors even more. Like, even, I need to think about being in their place, and like, it's not comfortable to hold myself 2 inches above the floor and tense my muscles and like repeatedly do that. Like I need to sit up in between our takes, and like, like I can't just hold that position the whole time, and like stuff that now seems obvious to me.
Yeah, no, because like it wasn't just for because like yeah, you kind of forget in the heat of the moment. You're like,
you're like, I've got so many things to think about that, like, it was nice to have her there to be like, look out for that. And
yeah, like her knees. And I was like, you're so right.
Yeah.
It is, we're on literal hardwood floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was nice. Also, the way when we had our original meetings, the specific questions, it got me thinking, because I was like, there was a question where she was like, okay, like when you see it, or like, how do you think this would go? And I was like, well, I've never seen myself make out with someone, so like I don't know. So it was really nice to have someone being like, okay, I think the moment would land if you do this, this, and this.
Right.
Because like at one point I had like convinced myself that I was gonna like write it out. I don't remember why. And she was like, no, she was really good reassurance.
Do you want a tissue?
Yeah. Because I'm like, I had very much concerns of like, I don't want to add to like the sexualization of like,
right, yeah. We want to do it in the right
way.
And like, I want representation, not exploitation.
Exactly. Considering what we had gone through like during our senior year.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I will write it out. Like I genuinely, something I truly believe in is like, if a scene makes an actor uncomfortable, it's really not needed.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. So I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'll write it out. I don't give a shit. Like it's not needed.
Yeah.
Because also, I think in school that someone told me that like, if a scene is reliant on one thing, you don't have a scene.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I mean, the kiss is not necessarily.
Right, like why does this scene exist for like other reasons?
Yeah.
And like what are you trying to get out of it? How else can you do it? And
yeah, so I was taking that, but like definitely working with Myra was definitely an eye-opener. She was a pleasure to work with.
And she's a real genuine professional on like much bigger sets than this. And was really just doing us a favor and helping us out because she's amazing and kind. So I felt like I was getting to work with a professional and that just helped me grow.
Yeah, because again, she pointed out things that I would have never at the moment thought of.
What do each of the characters mean to you?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because for everyone out there, like, we write as a team in the way that like I feel like the original idea, the characters, the world, like what in general happens, like the broad strokes of the series come from you.
Yeah.
And then I put it on paper and add the little details.
Yes.
So like it's like a combined effort that way. So I feel like while I use these characters and I know them and I write through them, I feel like they're your characters. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like they're ours. I feel like
well, yeah, like they're both of ours, but like they came from you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They're shit. I don't know.
So hard to think when spicy.
They don't mean anything to me actually.
Those stupid bitches. Who needs them?
Who needs them? Specifically for Marisol and Antonio, I wrote it with my siblings in mind because I love my siblings. Don't tell them I said that. So just having, honestly, I love sibling dynamic. I think that's such a fun dynamic, and just having a tragic sibling dead is kind of crazy. Like I see myself a lot in Antonio. Being the eldest child, I tend to look out for my siblings quite a bit. So just writing that, I had, my siblings in mind, so I wrote them with my one of my many loves in my lives, which are my siblings. Silali and Pierre, that's a good question. Fuck. I had sauce on that fork.
Not the sauce.
Not the sauce. But Silali and Pierre, I think Silali is someone who I want to be because she is such a bad bitch. Like that bitch just like takes control, or like it's just unapologetically her. Yeah. And that is something I strive to be. And just someone who's like very comfortable in their own skin. Confident and cunty, and like says what they're thinking, and same with Pierre, honestly. They're both kind of just like cut of the same cloth. Yeah. They're both kind of cunty, but Pierre more so just like, he doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. Which I give way too many fucks. For sure. I don't know, what do they mean to you? Because like you had to have liked the story. Right. I also wanted to add like Marisol to me as a character holds a lot of like my grief, in the sense that like, in a way, I'm learning to deal with grief the way she is. Because, you know, losing a sibling, losing a family member that close to you is not easy.
No.
It's not. So having somewhere to put that and just like see how that grows and see them like beautiful. What has high stakes? What means you?
Yeah.
What does it mean to you? Or what has it meant to you?
What does high stakes mean to me?
Yeah. What does it mean to you? Because like, it's no longer just mine.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, beautiful.
Yeah. I think like I love a good gay story. And like, as
Not
like, I don't know what you're talking about. I just want to be a part of like queer media, and I want to be a part of the people that are like leading the next generation of filmmakers that are more inclusive and have more opportunities for representation. And I think like overall for like our careers, I feel like this is really an important stepping stone for us to just start making our own things. And like, I feel like I've had so many like, not specifically film projects, but like art projects or creative hobbies or anything that like I do not dedicate myself to.
Yeah.
And I've always dedicated myself to school. Like I have, for probably worse than better, put school above everything at a lot of times in my life. And now I'm not in school. And it's like, this has given me something to like pour my passion into. And like, I don't want to give up on this. I don't want this to be like a painting I never finish. Like I'm gonna do this. Like we're gonna fucking do this. Like, God damn it.
Like somehow, some way, some shape or form, we're gonna fucking do this.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I feel like it represents opportunity for representation, opportunities for our careers.
For growth.
For growth, for sure. So yeah, I would say that's what it means to me.
For me, I think it represents hope. Because this project came about from a really dark place in my life. Which, okay, I'm now thankfully, I'm now in a place where I can recognize, like, the so much good that happened from this, like, really horrific time in my life, which at the time, I could not see, like, the light at the end of the tunnel, and I couldn't see, like, because I'm very much a person that, like, things happen for a reason, and at the time, I couldn't find a reason.
Like, this happened because I need to die.
This happened, and, you know, maybe things just happened with no rhyme or reason, and I was, like, losing my absolute fucking mind. And then, you know, my first project with Kat, Happiness is a Butterfly, which I don't know, we'll see if we'll ever see the light of day. But first came that, didn't like how I did in that, so I was like, no, I need to give this girl, like,
a worthy role.
Worthy role, and, like, you know, be silly goofy. Also, because I've, like, maybe spoke 3 words to her on set, because I was so not there. Yeah. I don't want to swallow.
That's what she said?
We're done.
Cut!
Didn't, like, maybe said 2-3 words to her, and I was like, nah, I feel bad. Also, because, like, you know, it didn't get into, like, the junior showcase, so I was like, also because...
That's fucked up, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it didn't get into the showcase. So I was, like, already feeling like a failure, also because, you know how we kind of just, like, pass actors around like blunts?
Yeah.
So we reused the same actor, and that same semester, Kat was also in another junior film that didn't get in because we violated safety protocol. Because we weren't wearing...
Oh, yes, I have heard about that.
We weren't...
COVID protocols.
We weren't doing anything that was technically really...
Masks off inside the house. Yeah, that was all that happened.
Yeah, we were all vaccinated. We were all, like, nobody was contagious. Nobody got sick afterwards. Anyways, she didn't get it in either. So she was not in the junior showcase, like, at all. So I was like, ooh.
So, baby, we're going to put her on the big screen.
I was I was like, well, yeah. Like, I was already dealing with so much. On top of that huge failure, which in my mind, I was like, it's not that serious. Dealing with that, and then script writing class came along, and I was like, I don't want to fucking do this shit, but I have to do it for an assignment. So he was like, I went up to my professor, and I was like, I don't know what to write about. And he's like, well, write something you would want to make. And I was like, well, yes, I will.
Hadn't occurred to me.
I did not think of this. So I was like, gay vampires. Gay vampires. That's honestly what I saw. And then I wasn't going to make it, honestly. Not because I didn't want to, but because I'm like, this is for an assignment. Like,
yeah,
who cares?
just some random assignment. Like, I just had to put this together.
Yeah, and then he made us, like, make a pitch deck. And I was like, wait, why does my pitch deck kind of eat you? And then I pitched it to Kat, which I'm surprised she still had my number, if I'm being honest, because like, after that, I literally did not speak to her, like, at all. And she was like, yeah, I'll do it. I was like, oh, yes. Well, yes. And then that's how it kind of went rolling. And I've told Kat this. I was like, honestly.
It was a while into production and stuff before I got pulled onto the team.
Yeah, because it was originally a short film, and then I was like, I have a crazy thought.
Yeah.
Let's make this shit a series.
And then you got the undocumented filmmakers collective to back you, and they only wanted to really be a part of it because you were like, web series?
Question mark?
And it was like, well, if we have them, we now have to do web series, so we're all down. Almost a web series. But I was like, the ending completely lends itself to that. It would make a fine short form series.
Because I was like, I'm not satisfied with this ending. I'm like, it's too open-ended. I don't like that.
Yeah, we just barely got to the gay vampires part.
I'm like, what's going on here? But the point I'm trying to make, that like something horrific so much good came out of it.
Yeah. So
much good. Like I said, Kat now is one of my muses, so I will be using her for everything.
Nice.
Just like we're stuck together, Kat, we're stuck together. I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
You have no choice.
So does any part of High Stakes come from personal experience?
No.
No?
No. No, honestly, no, yes. A good chunk of it does. I'd say like maybe 40%.
In what way? Like how do you mean?
In like the dynamics. In the dynamics. Especially Marisol Antonio.
Yeah.
I think that's the most where I'm like, yeah, that's literally me and my siblings.
Yeah.
That's literally. For anything else, also because I feel like it's kind of hard to write from experience when it comes to.
When it's like fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, I don't know. I don't think it comes much from personal experience for me. Like for me, when I'm writing High Stakes and working on it, like it's a really fun, creative process. I would say the only thing that really comes like that I am like in the way of the characters is that I'm gay. Like I'm not a vampire, I'm not a monster hunter.
Sure?
I'm not
How sure are you about
that I'm gay?
No.
Oh, that I was like pretty sure.
That you're a vampire. Oh my god.
I got my girlfriend over there, I'm pretty sure. No, like all of the obvious stuff that's like not real world, obviously don't relate to, but I also don't think I personally believe in like a love at first sight, and I think that High Stakes is very love at first sight.
See, I've had that happen, so I know it's like true to an extent. I don't necessarily think like it's love, it's more like infatuation or more like you love the idea of them.
Yeah. Which I think is real. I think that like you can instantly be infatuated with someone. I just know that like I am in love and in a fulfilling relationship, and at the start of like when I met her, I would not be able to tell you that I'd be like, yep, I'm gonna settle down with her and like, you know, we're in it for the long haul. Like I would be like, what do you mean? It's like some random person on the internet. Like I don't even know who that is. Like it wouldn't have been that way. So I feel like my love experience is not a love at first sight kind of experience. But it's really fun to write it. And I feel like sometimes it's funnest to write the things you're unfamiliar with, because for a lot of my writing I've drawn from personal experience. And like that's how you get like good emotional moments, right? But sometimes your best creative moments come from writing the unknown type of stuff.
Ooh, that you ate that shit
Oh,
up.
thank you.
Really good answer. But yeah, no, I definitely do believe in love at first sight because I've personally experienced it. But I think it's not necessarily, like I said, it's infatuation, which I think is something we're exploring. Spoilers. Well, not spoilers, but stay tuned. But
Yeah.
it's something we're definitely gonna look, which I'm excited for actually. That we get to see that like it's not really love at first sight. Mm-hmm. To quote Wizards of Waverly Place, it's not what it seems. But I guess that was my question. What are you most excited for the rest of the series? Now that basically episode 1 is done.
Yeah. I mean, hold your breath on that one. Don't want to speak out any jinxes into existence. Yeah. I am really looking forward to writing the rest of the series. I feel like I'm just growing as a creative in like every direction, producing, writing, editing, like all of it. And so right now we're in the writing stages for episode 2, and I'm really enjoying that. I love bouncing ideas off of you and Aline, our little producing team. Shout out to Aline, amazing. And
Real trooper.
Yes, hanging in there with us.
Honestly, the voice of reason sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like she really grounds us, to be totally honest. Like,
because we both had moments where we were both at the same time been freaking the fuck out, and she's like, it's not that deep. And we're like, you know what, Aline? You're so right. Well, yes.
Oh, shout out to Aline.
Very encouraging.
Yes, but I'm just really having fun with that right now. So when you ask me that, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to write it. But as soon as I've written stuff, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm so excited to film it. But like, I'm excited for Citlali and Marisol's relationship to grow. And for us, like, I feel like, you know, in episode 1, we really like jump, you know, into the deep end with like, they're in love. But now we get to like slow down and like kind of explore it and be like, are they in love? Did they earn that type of intimacy with each other yet? And like to really like build up to a full relationship instead of just an infatuation.
Yeah, I think that, because like I don't want to speak for you, but I think we're definitely, I would say we are changing the way like women loving women are portrayed, because it's very much like they're in love and then one of them dies. Yeah, or I think like we're just bringing, like, I love the fun fantasy aspect of it. I feel like too many queer films, while they totally have their place and are valuable, are about like coming out or coming to terms with being gay, or the conflict is around being gay. And like in our story, like that's not even mentioned. Like girls, like get over it. Like I think that's like the least of everybody's worries.
Literally, like we are killing vampires over here. Like you not
can kiss
need
women.
Yeah, for real. Like this is a life or death situation.
Kiss a woman for all we care.
Yeah. So I just feel like there's not enough like fantasy media that is queer, and that's why I was so drawn to this project, is I'm like, that's a good fucking idea.
Well, yes. Because like again at that time I was like going through something horrific, and I was like, I need something fun, something silly.
Yeah.
Like Happiness is a Butterfly was a little too
tragic.
It was a little too personal that I was like, okay, I want to be as far removed from it as possible. And I think High Stakes is the perfect opportunity for that. I think filming. I just love being on set.
I love it too. It's so good.
As much as I'm like throwing up, crying in the corner, I would not trade that for the world.
I'm thriving on set. It reminds me, so like I have a background in like acting and theater, like I've talked about, but that like rush you get of like being backstage and like everyone's stressed out and running around. Like I've had 30-second costume changes where a wig is involved. Oh! So like literally, like I love the rush. I feel the rush.
Shout out to you, Hayden.
Do your touch. But so I, as much as like, you know, when we're talking earlier, I'm like, oh, thinking back to moments on set, like I was stressed out. I don't know if I enjoyed filming that, but like even though I was stressed out, like I enjoyed every fucking second.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I'm telling you, I want to do it for the rest of my life. Like I am for sure of it.
when I tell you that, like, the second we wrapped at your parents' house and I slept the entire day, I kid you not, I woke up a whole different person. I was like, I need to do that shit again.
Yeah.
I need to do that shit again. That was crazy. Without giving too much away, what's a particular episode you're most excited to write or shoot?
I think while the logistics from a producing side are going to be hell, I am most excited for the Decades flashback episode.
Ooh.
That's all I'll say about the episode. You can get a little sprinkle.
Sprinkle. On that point, in the same vein, producing it and finding how the fuck we're gonna pull this off, I'm excited for the rave scene.
Yeah.
That whole rave episode, I'm so excited for.
Yes. And that's all you get to know.
That's all you get to know.
No more spoilers.
No.
How
the fuck are we gonna pull that off?
What's it been like going from DP to director?
Oh, that's a good fucking question. Let me tell you, it's been absolute hell. Not in any way that like anybody has made me feel like hell. It's just been like a lot of unlearning.
Yeah. A
lot of unlearning, and back to earlier of like learning to let go, because there would be moments where I'm like, it just be easier.
Camera.
And I'd be like, in the same vein, I'd be like, no, I gotta look up their performance, and it'd be really hard to like focus, because I'm like, I don't need to focus on two things at once.
We need monitors so bad, so please donate so that we have enough money to have monitors so Yola can see what the fuck is going on screen without being 1 inch away from the camera.
No, and it's just like, it's just been a lot of unlearning.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that vein, how does it feel to like not direct?
Sometimes like there's definitely moments where I can feel myself being the overbearing parent and like wanting to help with the directing, because it's just like what I'm drawn to. I guess for me it's kind of been going from like director to producer is more of like my transition there.
And editor.
And editor. But I feel like I've again, touching on what we talked about before, like letting other people do their job, like stepping back and being like, actually, that's not my job. You figure it out. And just learning to focus on like what I have to do and trust that like if I get my part done well, the rest is going to fall in line.
Yeah. I mean, also, it's really hard because like filmmaking, you can plan everything down to the T.
Yep. It's not going to happen.
Like the second one thing goes wrong, it's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
Everything else goes wrong.
Yeah.
I think, definitely learning to deal with the unknown has been fun.
Yeah.
In a weird, odd way. Mm-hmm. I think we're just like sadists.
Yeah.
I think we just hate each other.
Yeah, for sure. You're the director, but you're also a huge part of the producing team and are kicking ass while producing. So I'd like to know, what are the best and the worst parts of producing?
All of it. No.
It's all the best, it's all the worst.
Yeah, I mean, it's good when we are able to get shit done.
Yeah.
When we get a win, but it's like detrimental when like someone says no to us and I'm like, okay, so you hate us.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think for me, as contradictory as that might sound, but like fixing things, I love to fix things. So definitely, anytime there's a problem and we find a solution.
Successfully fixing something feels fantastic.
When I formatted the drive, I did do that. I did do that.
But you also fixed it.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I was I kid you not, for 2 days straight, I was staying up until 2 a.m. trying to fix this fucking thing. And the second I was able to get the footage back, I was like, God is real. God is real. We did it, boys. I think also the worst thing is having no money. Yep. Having no money and having to say no. Yeah. But having to say no because we have no money.
Yes. So you can fix that problem.
By donating.
Yeah.
Help our growing pains. But yeah, because like I've been having a lot of chats with mostly Kat and Savannah because Chris and Hayden don't respond to the group chat.
Boys, get on it.
Lock in. So Kat and Savannah have been like giving me ideas for episodes and like how they want the series to go, and it like kind of breaks my heart
To be like no money, none, no money.
Like, I literally have to remind them all the time. I'm like, I'm not saying no because it's not that I don't think it's a great idea. We just
need to be realistic and set ourselves up for success.
Like, we have no money. We don't have the resources at this time.
Yeah.
Literally, the second episode 1 drops, it could change our life. I don't know.
Yeah. A little proof of concept. Y'all need to believe in us. Support us. You're supporting good people. We're trying.
I think that's the most noble thing out of all of this. That we are trying.
We're fucking trying.
And we're trying our best. Which, again, if you want us to try our best harder, donate to the GoFundMe.
Do it.
Don't be a pussy.
Be a hater. Why are you hating? Waste of energy.
Waste of energy.
Good use of your money? $5? Hey, $5.
$5 is $5. Multiply that by what?
It's a team effort. Like, if everyone does a little bit, it could change our lives. You could change our lives, our actors' lives. You could change the representation that's on screen. You can be a part of this. Yeah, I would say the best parts of producing are like being super hands-on and knees deep in the project. Yeah. Like, just being at the core of the production. And I love the creative decisions that we get to make. Even though it's a struggle, I feel like I'm learning a lot about what it takes to make a production from the producing side of like finding funding, finding people to support us, finding ways for people to donate, what's doable, what can we work with. And I'd have to agree that the worst part is getting the money. Like, that just sucks. And it feels bad to ask and to be annoying and to say it 20 times in this video, but like, it's just fucking real. Like, I gotta ask because if no one gives us money,
we can't make it.
It's a dying dream. And like, I don't want this to be a dream. I want this to be a goal because I want to take steps to get there. All right, well, I have got maybe a third of my noodles left.
It looks like I didn't eat anything.
Yeah, yours looks about 80% full.
Also, I have stomach issues, so I have an excuse.
No, yeah. So we failed the hot noodle challenge.
But we had great conversation.
But I hope you enjoyed and feel inspired to go make something and to help us make something.
Yeah, hit us up. Hit the link in the bio. Follow our TikTok. Follow our Instagram at highstakes.series. And stay tuned for the second episode. Actually,
stay tuned for the first episode.
I was going to say that.
And then stick around for the next one.
And then the next one. And so on and so forth. But we'll catch you on the flip.
Catch you on the flippity flip.